Oh gosh, I was such a control freak. Just said to Hannah, don't press that. She was just collapsing the little window you get at the bottom of the live thing.
No, it's actually a miracle that with, the fact that I'm female, I'm able to
Work
cope
technology.
with technology at all, really.
Yes.
I
Welcome
don't
to
know
the
how.
1950s.
I mean, I can, I managed to birth children and cook food, but
That's right.
I'm not sure about technology. It's a little bit beyond this.
Let's be honest. I mean, hello, darling. Way back, it was you that got us into into Apple products and said we really need to get this laptop. This was back in 2006, 7, wasn't
It's
it?
just ahead of my time.
Before we went to Ibiza. The white MacBook. People might remember that. We took it apart the other day, yeah. Because it is pretty much, but it actually powered on with the charger. One bit doesn't work, either the processor, the hard drive, or the graphics card maybe. More likely the hard drive or the processor doesn't kick on, but it does power up. It's amazing. It's still partly alive after all this time.
Okay.
It's a 15-year-old laptop.
It's good.
It is good. It is good. So how are we doing today? It's the 6th of May. It's great. Moving on. Wednesday this week already.
Yeah, except for yesterday I thought it was Wednesday, so in a sense it's a little bit sad that it's Wednesday.
You're a day behind.
I am.
You're a day behind. Yesterday we talked about love languages, and I did post eventually. I remembered around about 4 p.m. to post the links into the comments. I was actually doing a personal training session outside on a video, and then I was like, oh, I've forgotten to post that. And so I found some links and dropped those in after that. I've actually found the love languages quiz, which I put in there.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's available on their website to just do a questionnaire, yeah, see what love language yours is. Yeah, full disclosure, even after all that talk yesterday about spending quality time.
Yeah.
I did again last night until
always.
quarter to 9.
That's my
9
whole
o'clock,
life.
Still working.
My whole life is that one of my love languages is basically starved on the regular.
Oh no. Good morning, Jackie. Really lovely to see you this morning.
Hey, Jackie.
And Dave's here today. I don't know if Dave was here yesterday. Yes, because that was the day before he was dissing off Star Wars, which is fine. Totally, we're open to all opinions and viewpoints.
Except for the ones that don't agree with us. Them. We don't like them.
No, that's fine. If you've never seen Star Wars, that's okay. If you get through the Marvel films, then you go back up right to the top of the ladder of estimations. There we go. What's that, darling? That's a bit weird.
That's not very kind.
How are you doing this morning, honey? You okay? Sleep all right? What's for breakfast this morning? Oats.
Oats and beans, barley bread.
Gets to me some.
I always feel sorry for our kids because they go to other people's houses and they've got like 15 different cereals on the table, and our kids get oats or eggs for breakfast during the week, and they can have a treat cereal at the weekend.
Oh, if you hear that, she's saying
There's actually crumpets in the bread bin.
There is crumpets in the bread bin. That's because I went shopping. Lie-in yesterday, good stuff, Dave. You get that lie-in done when you can. When's yours?
When's my lie-in?
Yeah, what day?
I don't know. I mean, let's think. When was the last I had Levi 12 years ago? So there would have been at least a 6-month period before then that I couldn't sleep properly because I was heavily pregnant. Oh, 3 months.
6 months.
3 months, all right.
How long's your pregnancy period compared to everybody else's?
I'm milking it for all it's worth, okay?
Have you turned into a pony? They have a 12-month gestation period. Horses do. I'm just linking to my daughter here.
That's good. That's interesting.
Interesting. That actually came up the other day after the whole Star Wars thing and it being the 4th of May. I remembered that way back, my mum and dad had a racehorse that my dad rode in horse races called Annie. And after she retired from races, she had a foal. In fact, I think she had 2 in the end. Yeah. I can't even remember her racing name. But the first foal she had was born on the 4th of May. So he was called Obi. because in the intervening period,
That's cute.
while she was in foal and being a broodmare, they bought another horse to potentially race. He didn't actually, he only raced a couple of times, called Yoda. So we had this whole Star Wars link going on with
That's good.
a horse called Yoda that actually had long ears, and it was called Yoda because his ears were long when he was a foal and quite floppy, and that just carried on into being a grown-up adult horse. And then, he had this other foal on the 4th of May, and they were both great horses. Went on to do eventing and things like that, so it was pretty cool. Yeah.
Dave, I'm presuming that the little man is
Seb.
a child,
Yes.
not like an animal or
Super
something.
Seb.
Super Seb. Oh.
Super Seb. Yeah.
In which case, awesome parenting.
Definitely.
Good job for taking it in turns.
Great
well
stuff.
done.
Yeah.
Kudos.
There we go. More nanny. And yeah, it's got to be done, hasn't it? Taking it in turns.
No, to be fair, when we had Levi, Mark was DJing full time, and he used to get in either stupidly late or very, very early. I'm not sure.
Which way around it was, yeah.
And it was just as Levi needed his kind of middle of the night, early morning feed, and so Mark would get in and feed Levi.
Yeah.
And
And sometimes fall asleep together.
with the bottle, and that was amazing.
Yeah,
So
it's really nice.
it worked.
It did work.
Things had changed by the time we had Eden. That's all good.
Yeah. By then I was.
I didn't fall asleep today DJing.
You did.
She did. And but, then when Eden was born, I was teaching, so you know, getting up was actually harder.
Yeah.
Full stop across the board. But yeah. So, we're talking about time. It's really important, isn't it? Time. Precious.
What are we talking about time?
We are
Quality
really
time.
quality time, but time in general is really precious, and I'm very thankful at the moment to have, in a sense, have more of it. Definitely more of it, where at least we're in the same place altogether. Not that transfers off sometimes into actual quality time, as we've found with balancing work and homeschool and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But you think you kind of persevere and carve it out, and I think the good word for that is being intentional of making the time and little things like hey, yesterday DJ I still do bits. I've got a video I need to post that I did for a competition. It's only 15 minutes, but it's I was proud of my camera angles as well as much as the DJing in it. And it starts off with Alison Limerick, Love Lives, a special edit, so I thought you might like it as well, Dave. So there we go. I'll get that out today. So what I was saying about quality time, being intentional, and it's those things like, for me, putting my phone away, putting the laptop away. I didn't finish everything last night. I just got to a point where it was kind of beyond a joke that I was still working, so I stopped. And I got up this morning and finished what I needed to do. So that's done and sent out now. Move on to the next thing. And some of that for me looks like having a really quite structured plan of things to do, and it doesn't always run to time exactly. I don't get all the things out that I want to get out exactly on time, but
I think because
having it in mind, knowing what.
you don't have a start time and an end time.
No.
So if you have so even though I'm working at home at the moment, by 5 o'clock, there might be stuff. Sometimes I'll do it in the evening.
Yeah.
If I've had to spend extra time with the kids during the day or something like that. But as a general rule, by 4:35 everything's packed up and I've switched off for the day.
Yeah.
And you just don't have that, do you?
No.
If you wake up at 5, you could start working at 5, and if you don't feel like you've finished, well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But if you don't feel like you finished at 9:30, you could carry on working indefinitely.
Yeah, I think sometimes that's the case when you work for yourself.
Yeah.
That because I'm quite creative as well, I always want to do things. So I'll do kind of what I have to do, and not what I have to do, but I do the stuff to provide the best service I can for my clients. And then I'm like, oh, that's giving me an idea to do this thing for everybody. So I'm going to try and get that out as well and produce this. And
you need to put your prices up, mate.
Yeah, they're about right for now. We'll have another discussion about that in 6 months. So our board meetings are very interesting because there's only 2 of us on the board, and I have strong opinions, and so does the other chief executive board member. So yes, as long as she doesn't disconnect her.
Generally,
physical
I'm
touch,
right,
I'm
but
all right.
he wins. I'm not sure how that works.
All I like to take advice, especially from Hannah, and that doesn't always mean that I agree with it straight away. Sometimes there's kind of 3 to 4 week gestation period of coming to the same agreement.
Sometimes it's like a year later and somebody else says the same thing that
Yeah.
I've said 15 times and he goes, "Oh, you won't believe what I heard so-and-so say. Absolutely brilliant. Totally doing that." Like,
What? Yeah. It's true, that has happened. That has definitely happened. I would say probably over the last 14 years or so, I've learned that generally there's a high proportion of times that Hannah's right first time. And I need to actually catch up quicker and it didn't save a lot of kind of
but the only reason is because
time, really. Yeah.
I process things really fast. So when I think things, like I have, you know how men have that box in their brain where they can just switch off? Do not have that, right? So I have 50 billion things happening in my brain all the time, and I process all of them quite quickly. So I just get to the end result faster than Mark. That's all it is. It's not that I've got better ideas or different.
I can compartmentalise and literally not think about something at all, and then bring it back out and think about it.
Yeah.
So that's
No, Mark's like, he's got all his boxes lined up in his brain. He's like, "Oh, I'll have that one. No, I'll take that one. I'll put that one back."
So, for example,
Or mine's all muddled in like spaghetti.
I can do this now. After this, I need to have a snack. That's like a separate box, and then I can move on to getting ready for the 8 o'clock workout. And that's just how my brain works. I literally think about everything in stages.
A lot of men, I think, work like that.
And then later on, I'll think about sometimes. Sometimes I'll pop something back out at a random time, usually in the middle of the night, and then I wake up. Anyway, worst day say, "Do you want to lie in because you missed this?" "Oh, mate,
What you missed?
thank you. That's really, really nice. That's really cool." And
What would be really nice is if one day we can go for actual morning coffee.
yeah, definitely. That'd be really cool to do that for sure. And actually, I'm looking forward to things like that. Being able to see and meet people that we've actually been probably interacting more with through this and other things that we're doing than maybe we would have done if it wasn't for social distancing and isolation and doing these things. So that's going to be cool. Dave will definitely do that. That's really good.
With it, like in reference to time though, I think that was one of the things I was talking to a friend about yesterday, and I actually I fill up like I'm quite what's the 2 words
Which one?
when I'm outgoing, but
introvert and extrovert.
yeah, introvert and extrovert. So I'm outgoing, but I'm actually quite introvert. So I fill up by being by myself. And I was talking to a friend about that intentionality of what time you spend with people, and who you kind of who you want to carve that time out to build into your life, because the reality is that there's only 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
There's only 7 days in a week.
Yeah.
And you've got to fit in work and you've got to fit in quality family time. And I think this whole thing has made me realise that I would rather have really quality time with people that I've intentionally kind of built that up with. And not to say that then I don't want to hang out with lots of people, I don't mean that, but that actually I've realised that there is only so much time, and to make sure that the relationships that I'm building are deep, good, solid kind of people that are going to be there, you know, on your worst days as well as your best days. And I think that comes from being intentional with your time. And from saying, actually, do you know what? I cannot give my time or that much of my time to everybody. But I can give some really intentional quality time with these people.
No, definitely, that's good. That's really good. In a lot of ways, I'm quite similar. I mean, I generally spend a lot of time with other people, and actually, that does tire me out to the point where if I do that for a long day, then I haven't got the capacity to kind of spend that, then have quality time with the people I should prioritise, which is Hannah and the kids. So, yeah. And it's more about having that in mind. I mean, that might not necessarily change very much, but it's how you kind of navigate that.
Yeah.
When because you're aware of it, then you can do certain things like, actually, I do get breaks in the day when I'm personal training full time, and how do I make that break then sustain me long enough to then spend quality time with the kids and with Hannah, and you know, how I set my days up and things like that. So yeah, good things to think about going forward.
Okay.
Definitely.
Hey Bud, you ready for a run?
Running morning this morning.
You're hungry,
Wednesday
okay.
morning.
Grab something quick.
Snacks first. Eden's now sprinting to get her kit.
Go on, you've got time.
And yeah, couch to 5k. Week 3,
Week 3,
second run.
second run for
Second
me and Eden. Levi's already done 2
No,
because he's...
that's mine and Mummy's.
Nice try though, mate. That was
Yeah,
good.
cheeky.
Good effort. You did
Cheeky.
that real cash.
Did it yesterday as well. Of course, at the same time point. It's good
So
stuff.
you know you're not allowed it, you cheeky
Yeah.
little so-and-so.
So guys, have a really good day. Anything we can help with, support with, please give us a shout. I'll share that little DJ mix later on my normal profile. I'll tag you in it, Dave. That'd be cool for you to see that. And yeah, have a really good day. Looking nice. Get
Yeah,
out
it
and
is.
about if you can. Good stuff. You take care.